sorry, Thomas, did nobody tell you?
Developing countries are facing a huge crisis openly, yet so silently. The cream of the crop are migrating to developed countries in numbers. Does it sound normal? But what if their home countries are chasing them out? Simply because the leaders don't want the intellectual minds to challenge authority. It isn't a rare coincidence, rather a cold treatment to bury opposite opinions, evading protests and aiding corrupt politicians to remain in power forever. Brain drain works like an effective tool to ensure all that. It may not be true for all the countries. Sometimes individual ambition drives people to migrate as well, but it only becomes an issue when the talents never return back to their homes after going abroad. Interestingly, why do most developing countries secretly encourage brain drain? The rulers of corrupt countries want to be sure that a community cannot be developed in any way that threatens their authority. This list includes doctors, engineers, teachers, researchers, and students of well-known universities. Places like the US, Europe, Malaysia, Australia, or Canada are on top of their preference. A classic example is Bangladesh. According to the Global Brain Drain Index, Bangladesh ranks 31st in the number of students leaving the country. Bangladesh is losing more talents than war-torn countries like Iraq or Yemen. According to UNESCO, 70 to 90,000 students are migrating from Bangladesh every year to 57 different countries. But why are thousands of talented people flocking every year, and why aren't they coming back? Let's investigate the reasons. Primary reason why educated and talented young people migrate to developed countries is known as the push factor. These include inadequacy of relevant high-skill work, lack of higher education and research opportunities, and declining living standards. In addition, political instability, social inequality, traffic congestion, corruption, and ever-increasing commodity prices have added to the list. And not only students, many are migrating abroad even after working for a few years in their countries. One of the reasons for this is not receiving the type of work they deserve. It turns out that the most efficient, hardworking employees of the company are not being recognized or respected properly. On the other hand, less qualified people are getting placed in big positions due to the influence of power and nepotism, along with getting a hefty salary. Again, there are various problems when starting a new business in these countries. If you intend to invest, you have to face extortion and syndicates. Even university professors from developing countries who have gone abroad for higher education and research in the last 30 years have hardly ever returned. In many cases, the ultimate aim of teachers is to go abroad for higher studies and eventually settle there. And the stages at which corruption occurs in the recruitment process at the local universities can be separated into another episode. Basically, they are getting better opportunities abroad. In short, it is called the pull factor. For example, better living conditions, opportunities to build a career in one's field, economic comfort, improved environment, as well as social security and better law and order system. But on the other hand, what are they getting in their home countries? We'll get to that at the end of the video. In a recent tweet, Elon Musk said the United States is running on the brains of Indians. The main reason for him to say this is because people of Indian origin have been crowned CEOs of giant companies in America or in the world. For example, Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google's parent company Alphabet, and Satya Nadella, who is the CEO of Microsoft. All these seem to be the achievements of India, but in reality, they are not. Maybe because of the lack of opportunities and jobs in their country, they had to migrate to foreign countries. After the great Indian brain drain, India is now moving towards brain gain. They have also taken some special steps. The Indian government has focused on repatriating software engineers and IT experts and has developed Bangalore as the Silicon Valley of Asia for this sector. However, most of the world's intelligence is trafficked from China. China announced a mega project to bring back the talented Chinese who are staying in different parts of the world, especially in the United States. The country invited them to return for the sake of the country, even if it is in exchange for anything. According to the information provided by the Chinese government, at least 6,000 people returned to their country after fulfilling the invitation until 2017. South Korea repatriated 500 selected Koreans in 2017 as well. However, the situation in most other countries is the complete opposite. In 2013, 115 scientists of Bangladesh Rice Research Institute was forced to leave their jobs due to frustration and deprivation. This is not the only example. Even if someone comes back motivated by patriotism, he gets harassed by the entire society. And this abuse is done for political reasons as well, to protect the special interests of the beneficiaries. And you know who they are.